On October 3, 2023, the Honourable Greg Fergus was elected as Speaker of the House of Commons. He has represented Aylmer in Parliament since October 2015. At the time of his election, he served as Parliamentary Secretary to the President of the Treasury Board and the Minister of Health. Throughout his tenure, Mr. Fergus has held various roles, including Parliamentary Secretary to the Prime Minister and co-chair of the Parliamentary Black Caucus for 6 years. He holds a Bachelor of Social Sciences from the University of Ottawa and a Bachelor of International Relations from Carleton University, with further graduate studies in international relations.
Good evening, everyone. I'm sorry I couldn't stay with you for the evening, but it was truly a pleasure to join you this afternoon for a fireside chat that I hope you found enriching. To Alex and the whole team of the Canadian Congress, congratulations on delivering this impressive leadership summit and tonight's gala. It's thanks to organizations like yours that we continue to build up our community and the next generation of Black leaders in Canada. I'm so honored and grateful to receive the Canadian Congress Nation Builders Award for Inclusive Government and Politics as part of this year's event. It's especially humbling to follow in the footsteps of last year's recipient, Senator Bernadette Clément. Senator Clément's work for inclusion, both at the municipal and federal levels, is an example for all of us to follow. Her efforts to create more inclusive governments and communities is what nation building is all about. We must never stop making Canada and Canadian politics more inclusive, more representative, and more democratic. So many of the leaders you have honored in the past, and my fellow nominees from this year, know how hard it is to break down barriers. They know that being the first is, as great as it is also tough. It's an accomplishment that can come with intense scrutiny and very high expectations. You know, when I ran to become elected Speaker of the House of Commons, I didn't run on trying to break a glass ceiling. Being the first Black Speaker wasn't part of the campaign. But since that moment, I've met so many people who tell me how big that moment was for them. They tell me how proud they are to show their children that Parliament is a place where everyone belongs and where everyone can lead. You know, there was a time not so long ago when people said you had to be a lawyer or you had to be a man or you had to come from a certain ethnic group to serve in politics. But that's not true anymore. You can bring yourself and your ideas, your passion and your hard work and become a city councillor, a mayor, a member of parliament, a speaker, and even perhaps one day, a prime minister. It's when different people bring their own experiences, knowledge, and skills that you get things to change. Because you cannot have innovation without having inclusion and diversity. So for those of us who have been the first, and I know there are many of you in this room, let's remember that what really matters is not so much to be the first, but not to be the last. Thank you. Thank you once more for this award, and thank you for all you do to make Canada a better and more inclusive country.